First Alert Weather Team is standing by, and unfortunately we have some not so great weather. John Elliott's in the studio. Let's start with meteorologist Tony Sadiku in the Weather Center. Tony.
Hi there, Cindy. You said it. I mean, it is a day that we honor. We remember those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedoms. But it's also a day a lot of folks make plans to be outside. And unfortunately, the weather may not cooperate to a lot of that, especially the later we go today. Morning hours are okay, although there is some dicey weather we're watching now. Storms moving through parts of New Jersey. We'll get to that in a moment. But I want to kind of give you the lay of the land, what we're watching today. It's a red alert day, and it's just a heads up for you to know that this is a day that weather is going to have an impact on your day, especially PM. Especially afternoon, evening. Strong, severe storms, flash flood risk. The greatest risk we think is going to be this afternoon, evening. So now to the storm threat we've got going on right now. And we've been taking you through this for the better part of a couple of hours as these downpours have just blossomed. And you can tell by the colors, these aren't just your light showers. You're going to need your umbrella for this. So moving through Jersey City in a moment. Union City just after that. And then eventually into Englewood, Yonkers, Staten Island. You're seeing it eventually it'll find its way into Brooklyn and, yes, Manhattan as well. So it's not a long-lasting rain, but certainly the beginning, the precursor of what's going to be an active day the later we go. Widen out the view to show you, okay, so it's okay now the further west you go into Jersey. Most of the Hudson Valley you're fine, but showers eventually will find their way into more, say, eastern portions of Orange County, into parts of Rockland County as well. And then the focus will shift back out to the west because we've got even more storms headed our way. We've started to notice the humidity ramping up yesterday. That'll peak today, and of course that plays into the kind of storms that we're watching today. And we're talking about not just all the plans got. It's a busy travel day too, John. I've got a friend flying into Charlotte at noon, and it's going to be one of those things where it's dicey not just when you're flying, but where you're going to, John.
I'm sure glad you brought that up, Tony. That makes a great point, because when you consider the volume down into Baltimore, Philly, D.C., Charlotte, Atlanta, some of these busy connections or destinations. You're right along this line. So we are not alone. No comfort there. But, you know, knowledge is power. Want to make sure that you're ready for it. So let's help you time it out. I would like to encourage event organizers that, yes, there will be a break. Some of these events you'll be able to get done. Parades are going to be problematic, though, just to the length and the duration. As we skip ahead, Christina Fan going to get wet soon in the city. Some heavier rain to the north. Could even see another interruption storm mid-morning. If this verifies, again, these popular spots, Staten Island over into Brooklyn and into Manhattan, you're going to see another storm rumble through. Then the break that Tony talks about. Watch what happens, though, into the afternoon. This line holds together. This is a much more vigorous line. This is the front. This is the concern. This is the potential severe storm maker. Severe storms, 60-mile-an-hour winds, small hail, brief, heavy rain. And Tony makes a good point. They're brief. They don't last forever. However, that forward momentum can sometimes contribute to the wind profile of individual storms, and that leads to damage, as we learned painfully last week. It's now 5, 6 o'clock. Look at the coverage through Dutchess, Putnam, Westchester, down through the city again, and then into our great Jersey shore. And then we wrap it up. I mean, if you have the luxury and can handle just waiting, you're going to be in better shape, because then later tonight, not nearly as widespread. The concern there, though, is you run the risk that there may be damage done. Again, I don't mean to be overly dire. I don't mean to be sensational about this. It's just a very serious situation. That's why it's a red alert. Tuesday's much better, and then we could see another shower or storm Wednesday. The week actually wraps up pretty nice. You know, I forgot to mention our little pups. It's Coco-Roo. So Coco-Roo, it's Coco, Chanel, and Roo from Winnie the Pooh. So here's why I wanted to remind folks that, so that's a min pin. Some of these dogs, storms like this are just way too much for them. So make sure you're mindful. We've got showers this morning, the strong storms this afternoon. And if you're traveling with pets, make sure you've got the supplies you need in the car, because there's a possibility that some of these pets, you're going to be stuck. It's going to be a long trip if you're not able to time it around the storms. But anyway, I hope Coco-Roo has a great day. If you have a pretty pup that has a tail to tell and wag, just send us a picture and we'll share it on TV.
So you're saying dogs don't like traffic?
I had one dog that loved sitting in the car. It didn't even have to be moving. Other dogs, it's their ears, and they're very sensitive, so just be mindful of that today.
Okay.